So as I said last time, Septimus requested a rematch, the same stream, to break our little tie. So I'm like, alright, I want to break it too. Let's see if I can go ahead and finally get a winning record against this Septimus guy again. So I bring a different team. We both bring different teams, actually, as, yeah, let's go ahead and get started in this one. He leads with Staraptor, which is definitely a scary Pokemon, as I decided to lead with Charizard. And I believe this thing has the Intimidate. No, it does not have the Intimidate. This one has its other ability. That's right. I don't, really expect... I was actually expecting a lead with his, Galvantula. But, yeah, as you can see, that doesn't really work out for me. He just goes for the Brave Bird, which does, obviously, a ton of damage, even after the resistance, leading me to believe that this Staraptor is choice banded, which would make a lot of sense. Now, I do know that if it is choice banded, I will outspeed, so I'm just going to go for the Volt switch, seeing what he would switch into, and I should have expected this Gliscor, but I didn't, and, yeah, I honestly really thought that this Raikou had Hidden Power Ice, but guess not. Guess it doesn't. I need to check what Hidden Power that is. I have no idea. Neutral to Gliscor. I think I've even used this before, and, I forgot to check. But, yeah, this Raikou is obviously doesn't have the right hidden power. Need to check what it is. Ice is the obvious choice for Raikous, but oh well. Anyway, so I do go out now into Azumarill. It might be the hidden power Grass, thinking about it. That would make sense too, but it definitely should be Ice. Regardless, I go into Azumarill. I go for the Waterfall for some extra power. Wanted to see what he would have to do to me, and yeah, he doesn't really do much as, yeah, I'm going to try to finish him off with Aqua Jet, which I think will finish him off at this point. He does go into the Galvantula, though, and as you know, might remember from last time, his Galvantula does carry the red card, so I'm not going to be able to stay in for the 2-hit KO. Instead, he's going to red card me into Ferrothorn, which is like the one Pokemon on my team that honestly could, like, force this guy not to set up the Sticky Web. Unfortunately for me, he is going to get off this time, which is going to be a major nuisance, let's face it. He does have quite a few powerful but slow Pokemon on his team, so it's really important for him to get it up, but I decided to make him pay for it with a Gyro Ball to finish off the Galvantula, so at least it's not going to be able to stick around. Regardless, he goes back into Gliscor, believing that he can wall me, and to be honest, he's right, but to be honest, I know I can wall this thing too. I mean, his Earthquakes are not going to be that powerful because this is a bulky Gliscor set, and yeah, I really don't think this thing has much to do to me. After the Leech Seed, I'm going to be able to recover pretty much anything he's going to be able to do. So I kind of want to play this Stall War out and see what happens. He's going to go ahead and knock me off, which ends up hurting him a bit too, due to my ability, the, what is it, the, you know, the ability, the Iron Barbs, which is pretty solid. And, yeah, as you can see, I'm getting some nice damage, although it is being canceled out by the Poison Heal. So I just kind of want to see how this goes. He goes for the knockoff again, hoping that I would switch to knock off another item, but I do not give it to him. I'm just going to go for the Gyro Ball to get damage, and that brings this guy to under half. Knowing that he's going to almost certainly Roost, I decide to go this turn for the Power Whip, which will be super effective after the Roost. As you guys know, if you move first, the Roost will get rid of your flying type for the turn. So now this turns this thing into a pure ground, which is weak to my Power Whip. And despite the super effective hit, though, as you can see, it's still just going to do about the same amount that he's healing with the Roost. But I decided to stay in. You know what? I'm being stubborn about this. I don't have to switch, darn you. You can't do anything to me. And, you know, if I end up critting with the Power Whip, that would be, like, pretty much awesome. Although, let's face it, let's be real for a minute. I have as much of a chance to miss with this Power Whip as I do to crit, but still. Sorry about that. This might be a little bit boring, but we end up doing this for quite a few turns, just roosting and then power whipping. He's hoping for the miss. I'm kind of hoping for the crit or him to switch out. Basically, I did get my Stealth Rocks up, so that's pretty cool. I already got all the setup I want with this, but basically I don't want to get this Gliscor a chance to come back in at full health. Basically, what I'm hoping to do is force a switch on this Gliscor that he is still under half health. Now, he is gaining a little bit more health than I am doing by the looks of it with Power Whip. So, he is gaining a little bit of HP back per turn. So, I'm kind of thinking he might just be trying to stall out until he's about at half, and then he'll switch out. But, yeah, we'll keep seeing it. Worst, you know, I'm kind of PP stalling this Roost. At most, he has 16 PP for it. I have 16 PP for Power Whip and also have some Gyro Balls, which I used once prior to this, which means I'm pretty sure if I can PP stall the Roost, that would be pretty cool. But, yeah, he's going to switch before then. Eventually, he is tired of this little stall war. He doesn't get the miss like he wants. I don't really get the crit that I want. But, yeah, this is coming to an end sooner than later as I just continue going for that power whip. And I'm running out of things to say. I think this is this turn that he decides to switch out, though. I win this little mind game and forcing the Gliscor to switch, which is kind of whatever, because he's going to go into something that resists Power Whip anyway. And he ends up going back to the Staraptor thing. Now, I know these things obviously can carry close combat, but there's, like, nothing on my team that can take a hit from a choice-banded Staraptor, no matter what it is. I do still have the Iron Barbs. I decide just to stay in, which ends up being a great play for me, because he goes for the Brave Bird, thinking that I would go into a fighting resist Pokemon. And due to the recoil and the Iron Barbs, the Staraptor just goes down. Unfortunately for me, it does cost me my Ferrothorn, being that I am a little too weak to be able to, be able to set up any kind of Leech Seed or anything. I think I just attempt to go for the Power Whip, hoping this Melodic won't 1-hit KO me, but it does with Ice Beam, which is neutral damage, and yeah, even a Ferrothorn at this point will go down to a unstabbed Ice Beam due to only having 22 HP remaining. Regardless, I go into Conkeldurr. I do end up getting hit by the Sticky Web, which isn't really a problem because Conkeldurr is a slow sweeper, just kind of a bulky / powerful slow thing. I'm just going to go for the knockoff to get rid of that leftovers, or if he switches out, whatever he switches out into loses its item. But he ends up just going for the Dragon Tail, fearing that I would try to set up in some way. And, yeah, I'm just going to go... he ends up Dragon Tailing me into Charizard. I Mega Evolves. Now that I am a Fire Dragon type, I know that Scald isn't going to be super effective. I kind of expect him to go for the Dragon Tail, though, expecting me to Mega Evolve into Charizard X. However, he just goes for the Scald, which is fine, because now it's only neutral against me. It's not super effective, being that I picked up that Dragon type, and I'm able to 2-hit KO now with Dragon Claw. If only I could have known that he was going for the Scald, I maybe could have set up a Dragon Dance, which would have been awesome. But regardless, he goes in this Gliscor, and I'm just hoping that I can kill it at this point, due to it not being at very good health, and I do. So as you can see, that work I did with Ferrothorn, it took a while, but my stubbornness paid off there, being that Gliscor was forced to come in, not very healthy, and it's going to get killed by my Charizard X, which is excellent. Now, he does go out into Gardevoir, which is his Mega. I just want to get damage on this thing. I know this thing doesn't have the greatest defense stat, so I just go for the Earthquake to get as much damage as I can before he kills me with Hyper Voice, which is actually neutral against Charizard, so I was kind of hoping I would live, but no. Mega Gardevoir does have a lot of special attack, so I don't live. And then I make a big misplay, going into my choice-banded Garchomp, completely forgetting about the Sticky Web, which allows the Mega Gardevoir to outspeed. So that was a big fail on my part. And, yeah, just lose a Pokemon for nothing. Now I make the play I should have gone into in the first place, going out into my Azumarill and just going for the Aqua Jet to revenge kill this Gardevoir. And you can pretty much lose Garchomp for nothing, which is never a good play. So, yeah, he goes into his last Pokemon, which is this Haxorus. I'm hoping that he doesn't carry the Poison Jab. I'm just going to go for the Play Rough to get the probable kill. He does outspeed me, obviously, because Azumarill is slow as crap, and does carry the Poison Jab, so he's going to take me out. Now, my last Pokemon is the Conkeldurr, so it comes to this. Mono o Mono. Let's go ahead and see what happens. He goes for the Dragon Dance because he does not carry Outrage. Now, I think that I can take an Outrage, unboosted Outrage anyway, so I'm just going... I feel pretty comfortable just staying in and going for the Ice Punch, but he said he doesn't even have the Outrage, so he can't even hope for the crit. His only chance was to hope I don't have Ice Punch and set up a Dragon Dance. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out for him, and I'm able to get the win in this second match. So last time I asked you if you could change something about the Pokemon type chart, what would you change? This time, give an ability. If you could give one hidden ability or one new ability to a Pokemon, what would you give? And I know, guys, don't say, oh, I would give Wonder Guard Spiritomb. No, derper. I would give huge power to, I don't know, what is it, Slacking. That's not what I'm asking. Obviously, those things should be broken. I'm asking, give an ability to a Pokemon they could really benefit from, but it wouldn't be, obviously, too broken. As for me, I have to say this. I kind of want Dustbuster to have huge power. It wouldn't be broken on Dustbuster, being that it does not have very good, stats, but it would make it playable. In fact, if they ever make a Mega Dustbuster, which they totally should, a Mega Furret, that is, it should have huge power. That'd be awesome. Really like to see Furret actually usable, more so than it is. Regardless, guys, thanks for watching, and hope you leave a comment, and if you like what you saw, rate, comment, and subscribe. Later, guys. Bye.